Hey guys, it's Kip here from KDC Marketing, and in today's video I want to show you how you can link multiple collections together with Wix CMS inside of Wix Studio. Just like this page you see here, there are multiple collections and data sets working together to make this page happen. So let me go ahead and show you how this is done on the back end, and I will teach you how you can set something up like this for your own website. So right now in my CMS over here, I have a few collections. I have my locations, my services, and my testimonials. And this page that we're on right now is the locations. And so if you look inside of my locations data set, I have a few simple fields. I have a name, I have a bio, and I have a profile image. But these are the two fields in particular that I want to show you how to use, the multi-reference and the reference field. So if you were to add a field into Wix CMS over here, you'll find these fields here, the reference and the multi-reference. And the main difference here is with the reference field, you're linking to another collection and you're able to pull in the data fields from that collection and kind of link one item. Whereas in the multi-reference, you're able to link multiple items in another collection. And so I want to kind of break these down and show you how you can use these because they can become really powerful, especially if you're trying to link different collections together and have really cool dynamic pages. So let's start with the multi-reference first. So the multi-reference is where you want to show multiple items on another page, another CMS, another dynamic page. So in the testimonials, for example, if you look at all these testimonials I have 10 testimonials in here. This is my locations multi-reference. And if I were to click into this, what you see is I can add this item, the specific item, to any of these locations here. So I have my Draper, my Harriman, my Sandy, the one we were just looking at. And so since this is Draper, I'm going to add Draper. And you can kind of see as you kind of look through the table here that Draper is selected a few times for these testimonials. Sandy is selected a few times and Harriman is selected a few times. So if I go back to my locations, that's represented by these little dots here. So I have multiple items being referenced. So let's look at our page here and see how that works. So on the home page of my website, I kind of have a collection of all the different testimonials here, and I just threw together a really quick home page here and just kind of threw some animations on it. But here's the testimonials, right? So you can see the location notated by these blue tags here at the bottom. So you have Draper, Sandy, Harriman. This is a dynamic data set, so if I click load more, these will load more of the testimonials here. And there's just a collection of all the different locations. So if I go into the website here, you can kind of see how this is set up. I have my data set, my testimonials data set, and it connects to my testimonial field. And then down here, I have this connecting to my name, and then this is connected to my location. And in my data settings, I have 3 items per load for my testimonials data set, and the load more button has a click action of load more. So what I'm doing is I'm filtering it down to 3 testimonials because I only want to show 3 to the user, and then if they click the load more button, it'll load 3 more at a time. So that's why this button is here, because it has that click action connected to it. So I've got those testimonials there on the home page. It's just kind of a collection of the testimonials of all the locations, but on my specific locations item page. So this is the dynamic page itself here, where it's pulling in the location name, the description, and the image. And if I were to change this, then you could see that this updates to, Harriman with another image here, and then Sandy will update as well dynamically. So this is a dynamic page itself. And then what I've done is I pulled in my testimonials data set, and I'm only referencing the items for this specific location. So what that looks like is I have 2 page data sets here. I have the locations, which is the dynamic page data set. It's the main data set driving this page. And then I have the testimonials data set, which is only driving this section. So the locations is driving the actual page. The testimonials is another data set added here on this section. So for example, these are connected like you saw on the homepage. So you have the testimonials connected to testimonial. This is connected to name, location, so nothing's really different there. The difference here is that in my data settings, I have a filter. If I edit this, I'm actually looking at the location's multi-reference. So I'm saying for the location, multi-reference include the location's item. So what this is doing, which is really cool, is now for this Sandy page, Sandy location, it's only going to show the Sandy testimonials here. And since I only have 3, then that one is grayed out. If I have more than 3, the load more button will show. Or maybe that's not connected just yet. Let's take a look. This could be a good way to show you how to connect it. Yeah, it is connected to load more, and for some reason it's not firing up. But that might be because I might not have more than 3 Harriman and Sandy. Let's take a look here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for Draper. I have 3 for Sandy, and I have 3 for Harriman, so that's why. So if we go back and we look at the other location here, Draper, this button should fire up. And it did, and now I can load more, and I only have 1 there. But if I were to add more testimonials to my data set here, then it's going to add everywhere. It's going to add on the home page, it's going to add on these other pages with the filters already in place. So if I just make up a testimonial here, love this company, they do great work. We'll just make this up right now off the top of our heads, and we'll say this was left by me, and it was for, let's give Sandy another, and then we'll connect it to this reference. Just want to show how this works. So this will get added to the home page, and it will get added to the Sandy page. So now that filter will automatically kick in, and I'll be able to load more, and we'll be able to, hey, there's my review right here, and here's the other ones that we were already there. So this is really important to understand. The only reason that this works, where I'm using 2 dynamic pages, is because of that multi-reference. Because I'm multi-referencing the testimonials from this page here, this collection here, that's the only reason that this is working. So if you ever want to show multiple items from one collection to another collection in Wix CMS, this is how you do it. You use the multi-reference, and then you have those 2 data sets, like I was showing you the locations and the testimonials data set to get them set up, and then even have that filter to filter down by location that I also showed you. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. The next thing is the reference field, and you can see it kind of here, this reference where we're going to link to another collection. So this is linking to my services collection here, where I have a few items. So I have very basic service names for a marketing agency, very, very brief descriptions, and some prices. So just something very basic, but you can see that down here. So this is the content marketing strategy. And if I were to switch locations, that's going to update dynamically as well. So search engine optimization, and then it's going to update for Sandy, which I might have already had, content marketing. The reference field is a bit different when you're just referencing one collection. So for example, when I go into this field here, the main difference is I actually get access to the data points from both data sets. So I have, this is my locations data set right here, bio, name, these other fields. This reference, where it says reference and then parentheses services, I'm able to reference these data fields here in my locations page. So all I really did was I built a section. I built a section in here, and I built this little stack, and so all I did was I built a stack like this. I built a section, then I grabbed a stack in here, and then I connected this to that data set, right? So I did my locations data set, and then I connected each field to whatever relevant field inside of the services data set. So, and then this would update if I previewed it. It's not, because sometimes you have to preview it for it to update. So that's all I really did, but you can see that when I go to look at the different fields in here, there's no testimonials, right? There's no testimonials fields that I can reference here. Now, if I were to add that, I'll show you that real quick so you can see that if I were to add that, then it would change and I could reference those fields. So let me add another reference here, link to another collection. I'm gonna do testimonials, and I'm gonna reference that collection. I'm just gonna drag this over here so my references are by each other. So now I can only click one. See, so if I have David S, I can't select multiple items. I can only select one here, and that's again another reference, or another difference between reference and multi-reference. Multi-reference has all these little dots here. Reference, you can only reference one thing. But the reference, what it does give me is it gives me the ability to look at all of that data. So now I have my locations data, now I have my reference data, and my testimonials data. So I can kind of build out my other data points here if I'm referencing them. However, I can only really link to one. Whereas with the multi-item, the multi-reference, I can do multiple items at one time. That's how I'm able to get these testimonials in here. So I hope you find this helpful. I know it's been helpful for me as I'm trying to connect data sets together. You can have data sets separate, right? You can have your collections in here separate, but then you can also link them together how you need to. And the main one driving the links here is this locations one. It's driving the multi-reference and the references, but just want to show the difference there. When you use the reference field, you're getting access to the data points and to one area you can reference. When you're using multi-reference, you're getting multiple items from another collection. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next video.